I am finally finished. Let's have a look at what I've just finished. Can you see it? I'm not going to show you yet. This is Comi999 and I've been working like crazy since last episode. Spent a whole day designing something that I want to show you guys. As you can see, I've enchanted two things so far. I've gotten I don't like those. I don't like it when they have fortune because it just turns everything into flint. And flint's completely useless. Like how many flint and steels can you make? But I like gravel more than flint. So, but I got an unbreaking efficiency axe, the good working axe. Plan to be using that well. But yeah, as for this thing on the other side of the portal, I've spent a whole day working on this, so you better like it. Go away. No, I'm joking, don't go away. I'm not 100% sure about its look, so I'm still working on that. But let's see what it does. I just started up the reactor, or whatever you call it. Some kind of machine. And when I start it up, it has that humming sound. What it really does is activates all the spawners. Now, through here, I've added wiring, which pretty much goes to all three spawners, and it has each spawner has 4 redstone lanterns, and that prevents spawning completely. So I can completely shut it off without going into peaceful. Okay, so this is just a test. So let's shut her off. Hear that? It even powers down. I'm quite proud of it. Even though it's completely useless in most respects. Okay, so when it fills up, when you have a decent amount of mobs, probably about 300 or so, you can start up the crusher. Now, the part that took the most wiring was this button here. It does quite a few things. Is that it? Just wait for them to hurry up and all come over. Okay, yep, I think it is. I don't know if you saw, but a potion just splashed on them, which is an instant damage potion. And instant damage potions fill up their health, so it's the opposite with undead. You like it? So when it's flashing, it means that they're weakened. Whatever mobs are in there are weak. And with that, there's a little trick that was shown by, yet again, can't remember the name. I should probably start doing research, but I saw a trick where somebody threw an instant health or a potion to kill them, a mob, but then when you switch to looting, it gives you the looting effect. So like so. And an iron ingot, a couple of other stuff. So this pretty much just is the crusher button, but it does, you know, a whole heap of other stuff. Now, this dispenser, you fill up with potions of harming, and at the top, see how there's a block there? Well, that extends to block any more coming in. So when that happens, this part here is sealed off, and when it's sealed off, that throws out a instant damage potion which heals all the mobs in here because they take damage when they fall and things like that. And then the block above it, which is the piston, that comes out and crushes them just for the right amount of time to bring them down to half a heart. And then that's when you throw a potion at them to kill them all at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. Hope you like it. That took me quite a while to do. But I'll show you the wiring behind it. I'm not going to attempt to explain how this works. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like the system behind it is very, very explanatory. Like, well, no, not explanatory. That didn't make any sense. but everybody knows how a crusher system works, or most people do. But adding all this extra flashing, wiring and stuff like that, it does get very, very complicated very fast. So this here, I've built several iterations of the machine to compact it. But yeah, it makes use of monostables, you know, little clocks, things like that, RS null latches. And I made this is where the delay for the crusher comes in. But I didn't want it to take up all this floor space, so I made it vertical. It's a clever little way you can do that. And then this here, this is where the humming is, the idle humming sound. Just basically just a rotation of bass note blocks. And then when it powers down, it has a cascade effect where it just cascades all these note blocks. It starts from the top and then folds underneath. But that's pretty much it. I ran into some space issues though, like I can show you. Oh, probably shouldn't have broken that. But yeah, pretty much the canal is sharing space, or the vertical water elevator is sharing space or being blocked off by this piston, so piston is actually part of it. If I can get up there and have a look if I didn't break it. Alright, so you can see how the water's getting held in by sand and things like that. Sand's used for a T flip-flop, a vertical T flip-flop, because what ends up happening is if you use the block below it that's directly connected to the piston, it has a butt effect to the piston, so piston ends up getting stuck. There are several ways to work around that, but sand is by far the easiest. But yep, that's what I've done so far, and I'm going to, as you can see, I've got potion stands and things. I need to get started on that potion room like I was supposed to do last time, but didn't end up getting around to it. Instead, I made this farm. So yeah, I need to get to work immediately on a potion farm, because you tend to use up a lot of potions very, very quickly in this. So yeah, I'll be back. What? This bat is practicing levitation. I better not disturb him. You know, he's in deep thought. I keep getting sidetracked. Potion room isn't completed yet, but I did get sidetracked in a good way. I had an idea. Instead of making just a boring hallway that used to be here, what about if we start doing all of the subway themed stuff in our base as well? As you can see, I've removed the walls on each side of the hallway, and I'm starting to integrate, you know, that run down, abandoned look. I haven't worked on this area yet, but I've started working here. Look, I've got just, you know, nice and simple things like just a plank of wood over a hole, you know. And what do you think of this? I'm working on the train line. I've made it so that it looks all caved in over here. And I like the idea of having exposed wiring. So through here, pretty much it's just like a broken down, broken through the wall. This is where the potion room's going to be. I've still got to work out all this wiring and stuff. This is where the inside here is the grinder. But apart from that, this is where I'm going to have the potion room. I'm probably going to have stacked brewing stands there and there, and there as well, of course. But yeah, what do you think of this? Might as well, you know, get started on the whole subway type theme, probably. It'll be good practice for when we actually do start the completed, you know. Ooh. Get away. Get away, freak. There we go. But yeah, I've been mining at the tunnels. What I probably want to do is, instead of having the hallway up there, right, I want to make it so that you have to walk down the train line. I think that would be really, really cool if you had the tracks on the ground, and I need gravel for that. This shovel's probably not good because it has fortune on it, so it turns it all to flint, and I don't want that, so I'm going to have to get a new shovel. But I need to get enough gravel, right, and lay it down and put tracks. And what I reckon would be cool is if I had all my auto farms and everything like they've been improvised. We've converted the tunnel into our base instead of building our base underground. We've given it kind of like a backstory. It's an abandoned tunnel. I've put this plank of whatever broken wood or whatever over the train line. Put some stilts, supports and things like that. But yeah, that's just a progress report, so it doesn't look like I'm doing nothing. I am trying. I've made it so that the lights are like broken over here, then not connected up. It was a pain actually because I had to keep doing the roof. When I was doing the roof, because of all the circuitries above here. I better eat. Oops, no, I want that pick. All that circuitry is above here for the anvil reload system, so kept breaking all the circuitry. But yep, that's what I've been doing so far, and as I said, I plan to have the potion room in here. I've put in, I'm gonna probably have like a piston door thingamajig, but I'm still thinking about that. What I want to do is make it look like one of these has been dug out, So yeah, that's what I've done, and I think I should keep working on it. I'm gonna just complete probably that far into the tunnel, and then build the potion rooms. I really need that potion room up and running. And then once I've done that, this tunnel, I think I'm gonna make it so that it doesn't go on forever, of course, but I'm gonna make it so that it's blocked off or something, and it spans far enough where it goes out of your render distance, so it just looks like you're staring into blackness. So give it that eerie look. I think that would be cool. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I think I'm gonna keep going on this, and I'll be back. Okay, this is a little while after the last update, and it's actually been quite a little while because I've had things in real life to deal with. So we're in 1.4.6 now, and that means fireworks, and that also means that I plan to have a fireworks factory at the end of this series, or finishing this base or something. But we need a grinder for that. But more importantly, I think I've finished the potion room. I've added this wiring as if it's been improvised, so pretty much the power from the switch goes to this wiring, this redstone wire. It travels down through the repeater and goes into the bottom pistons, but it also travels up through this redstone column, and in the roof is the other pistons. Yep, so when I flick the switch, what do you think? I'm not too crash hot about these nether warts in front of the dispensers, but we'll see how they go. I think right now they're just because of their function, rather than their aesthetic, quality. One thing you can do with nether wart is you can use Fortune 3 to give you more, so that will kind of help out with the fact that you don't get that much nether wart per what would you call these? Per stalk, I guess. Place those back down. Now right now I need to make both instant damage and instant healing for the grinder. But the problem is I don't have the spider eyes to deal with that. So, but I do have quite a lot of melons, so, and gold. Gold's not a problem, so I think I'll be using glistering melons for the instant damage, because once you make an instant health, you can corrupt it using spider eyes. So instead of making poison potions with a spider eye and then corrupting it with another spider eye, you can make instant health and corrupt it with a spider eye. Use less spider eyes. Until I have a spider grinder, of course, then I think I'll have to just use glistering melons. At the moment I'm just throwing these in the stands. Occasionally I'll find a mob that finds its way up here. Kind of annoying. But yeah, also I've gotten this tunnel done, you know, a little bit further back. And I've also added in a track. What do you think of the track? Stone brick. Well, brick isn't really used in tracks, but it's the best that looks like an iron track in Minecraft. You can't really get. The other alternative that's been suggested to me was having iron anvils, or the anvils, and they can actually make it look like a track, but I don't have that much iron, so another thing I probably want to change is these sleepers. I don't think I like them with the birch plank, so I'm gonna try oak, and I need to get some pine planks as well, so I can try it with pine. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but for now I'm just gonna make these instant health and damage potions. I want to start grinding big time because I need some good armor, and I find that the best way to get armor is, oops, no, I don't need to do that. Best way to get armor, I find, is by grinding a heap of mobs. You get a lot from zombies and skeletons from the spawners, but you only get it when you're on hard difficulty. They only wear armor, yeah, on hard. So if you want to get armor from mobs, you need to be playing on hard to do that. Gonna make some spider eyes, the fermented spider eyes. They're needed to corrupt potions, as you probably already know, so have to get them sorted. Oh yeah, I've also added a little bit of water down here as like a secret infinite water source. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but yeah, and also for the purpose of going up and down the track without having to parkour my way down, I've added this, you know, scaffolding on the side as if it's been added. So I put that in, and this is going to be where the auto farms are going to go. By that I mean the wheat farms, the carrot, potato, and cocoa bean farms. So I'll make a little room behind here, I guess, and put those in later on. That's what I needed to do. Oh, another spot. Ah, yeah, I did. Cool. That's what I need. Throw those away. And start converting these. Look what I found. I don't know if I recorded it, but a little while ago we had a little slime spawn right here. So that gave me an idea. I assumed that he was inside of a slime chunk, like he didn't move to this position, he spawned there. And in knowing that, I travelled down to level 7 and dug out a room. Well, we've got results. We've got very positive results. And this allows us now to make a slime spawner as well. So I'll be making one of those too, because slime, sticky pistons, of course, is a must. We have to have that. We have to have a slime farm as well. So now we know where a chunk is, we can actually make a grinder, and it will be perfect because it all fits in together nicely with our whole, you know, the whole grinded, you know, bunker thing. So at the moment it's behind the wall, but I will make that accessible and have probably, you know, what'd be cool is if I had the slime or the slimes drop down the same chute to here, so I could just, you know, kill them with minimal fuss. But yeah, I thought I might show you that. That's pretty cool. And stupid lag. Okay, back to work. Guess what I got? I was enchanting for quite a while, and I got a silk touch pick. First one on this map, but I definitely need it. I'm gonna go and use it because I want to get some ice. So I don't think around here is the best place to get ice. We're underground, so I'm gonna go home. Get away from that stinking noise. Ooh. Yeah, this XP, that XP was from whenever I'm enchanting and I have excess XP, I just walk through the portal, so it all goes into the nether, the excess, instead of wasting it. Get out of here. Yeah, I get, once enough excess XP builds up, you get a whole level 30 out of it, so that's always good. But yeah, this ice, I need to finish my project that I've soon to show you guys. Without it, I have to do a heck of a lot of extra work. With the ice, it becomes extremely trivial, so I need to go and grab some of that. I don't think there is a snowy biome near. That's an enchanted gold sword. Oh, I'm so tempted. If they weren't so stinking strong, I'd definitely take it for it. But I'm gonna have to go and search for a snowy biome because that will be needed. The ice, of course. Nope, nope. Oh, good. That was pretty bad parkour. Leave me alone, bag. Ah, he's stuck. One thing I did find out is that you can put looting 3 on a bow and it will give you the actual effect. So that is what I'm going to be doing soon. I'll get a book. Gotta start enchanting some books. Get looting 3. Now then it helps with ghast. So if you snipe a ghast with the looting 3 bow, you can, you know, get more than one ghast here. That'd be awesome. So that's what I should definitely be doing soon. But I'm now actually contemplating using an ender grinder. Whether I should go and try to make one, just improve like speed with books. It doesn't completely invalidate the triple spawner grinder because that's where I get all the good loot from. And the pearls are great. I'll need them. But like the armor loot and stuff like that from the grinder, that's always good. And you get heaps of iron and carrots, and so that doesn't make the triple spawner any less useful, but doesn't mean that we don't need an ender grinder. Ender pearls are always great to have, you know, for traveling. But back on topic, need to go and find a snowy biome, so I'm gonna go and do that. Well, that wasn't so hard. There's one pretty much right next to our house, but it's not that easy to get ice because it damages the source block. So I've had to build a little thing underneath the ice. And once I mine all this ice out, I'll just remove it, and it should replenish it, so it should be okay. Hopefully. And that's one other project we need to add to our never-ending list. Is to make an ice an ice maker or whatever. There's a really cool design I found or saw on YouTube where pretty much they have piston caterpillars, which are the things that move across using sticky piston and normal piston, and they just move across and pretty much shave off the top layer of ice. It fills back up with water, and then it keeps doing it, and it just makes this keeps making this really cool looking, well, 2 cubes of ice on each side. It's really cool. So that might be a project we could do. As for the ice, I need quite a bit of it. We can remove this one, this, that, that. Oh, go away. I don't want you around. Ooh. How much gunpowder did we get from that? 5, wow. Okay, this is where the problem starts. Gonna have to see if I can fix this. Don't judge me. Yeah, I got kind of sick of laying down dirt and stuff underneath. Gonna have to fix this some other time. But right now I've got more urgent matters, so I just had to mine what I could. Yeah, I've destroyed this river. This looks disgusting. But now that I've got the ice that I wanted, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of ice. I think that'll be enough for the project. With that, I'll get back to base and I'll finish up and show you guys what I've done. Actually, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I said a little while back I didn't like the chimney that I made, so I improved it by using those new cobblestone walls, and it gives it like a, I don't know, more of an industrial look. It's like, you know, stone reinforcing or something. Yeah, but what do you think of that? I think it looks okay. It doesn't look so plain anymore. Yeah, you've got, like, you know, frames around it. I like the idea of that. But I think that's going to be one of the things I'm going to now spam my builds with, is the walls. Because they look cool when you know, add heaps of them. Before it was fences. I'll still be using fences, but walls definitely give it, you know, that structural look of, what's the word? It just makes it look stronger. So yeah, that's what I've done with the chimney. I plan to be doing that with most of my other builds. But yep, back to base. Actually, you know what? The project's gonna take a little longer than I expected, so I'll finish that for next episode. I'll show you what I've done so far though. So you walk into the potion room. I've added these, you know, water thingos. Lamp in the floor that isn't powered. Alright. Okay, so you're doing, imagine you're in here doing potions, blah blah blah. Press this button here, I'll put this here. When you press it, it opens up the sides and closes the back. So no mobs can come through. But when it opens up the sides, the lanterns in the floor get raised, the water gets closed off at the top, and these walls move back, so there's a space here. I'll show you that again. And I've made it as quick as possible, so you can pretty much, as soon as you press the button, you can run through. It causes a lot of lag though. Redstone has big problems with Minecraft, or FPS anyway. Up here I've got a little farm for nether warts. I'll be using that frequently. Over here is nothing, not yet anyway, that's until I finish the project. But in here is the project I've been working on. Pretty cool hit. This is my mushroom farm. I'm going to be making it so that see these rings, or there'll be dirt in the middle of all of them, and that's where you grow your mushrooms. And when you, like, you know, chop them all down, there'll be mushrooms all over the floor. The idea is to have, go away. Oops. This is not perfect demonstration. I have to get out of this now. I'm gonna have to get out of this mess. Okay, crisis averted, or whatever that word is. Okay, so what will happen is, see where the crosses meet? Well, I've got double piston extenders that I made that point downwards, and it will lift up the centerpieces of all those crosses. There's 9 of them, and water will pour down and flush, you know, all the mushrooms. And there's certain still points in where the water flows, and all the mushrooms get swept to certain points, and pretty much this is how it is by default. You know, you've got pretty much, it's just a solid floor, right? Just simulate it. Then when they're all swept to their positions, that extends and opens it up. Opens up all the spaces, and when the spaces are open, they can drop down into the water flows down there. So pretty much all of those are swept to one point underneath, and then there's a vertical item elevator at the back, which is this thing here. When you press it, the mushrooms, or the idea is that the mushrooms would just pop up in this little space here. You can collect them. But that's going to be some work. So pretty much have to get work on that immediately, and hopefully that will be ready by next episode. But that's the project I've been working on. But I'm running out of time, so until next time, I'll have this done, and hopefully I can show you guys it like in working order. But with that, I have to say goodbye. Take care.